morning. Happy Monday, January 9th. So what's going on in this world of ours? Well, there's too much news from last week to really cover everything. So we'll just say we're very happy to hear that Damar Hamlin, safety for the Buffalo Bills, is doing a whole lot better. That was very frightening. What's very frightening is looking at the weather from the West Coast last week. Schools were closed. People were asked to evacuate their cities. What in the world is going on with Congress? Come on, people. You're really supposed to be the best of society, and you're behaving very, very badly. You know, the whole thing gets me to think about these politicians and whatnot. You know I'm not a fan of politicians, but as I was thinking about it, let's compare it to a church. A lot of people in church will donate their time to be deacons and elders and lectors or whatnot in their churches. They're donating their time for the betterment of the church. They're not making this a career. Our politicians initially were supposed to donate for a term or two and then go back to their occupations, so they stayed in touch with the average, American. Now they turned it into a career. They're fighting over God knows what at times. Or maybe they're weeding out the garbage in them. I don't know how this McCarthy could ever be effective again. So maybe they're weeding out the garbage that we've elected over the course of time. If that's the case, woohoo, because we need to get better politicians in there to do a better job of governing our country. At least from my desk. Anyway, let's get to today's topic. Today's topic is Ambetter health insurance. Woo, you know how to pick a mark, don't you? But let's talk about Ambetter, because I know that you've seen just one, maybe if you're lucky, 2 ads on Ambetter health insurance. Who is Ambetter? Well, my history with them really goes back to the late 80s, but Ambetter started off, I guess, as an insurance company called Celtic in 1978. And like I said, my history goes back to the late 80s with them, where Celtic was an insurance company that kind of allowed a lot of other companies to sell them from my perspective. I was working for Metropolitan at the time, and the health insurance we sold was Celtic Insurance. It's a good company, had no problems with them, and they were one of the companies that when I started the MLD Agency, I went to right away. In 2008, they were acquired by a company called Centene, I believe, which is a large insurance company, but you probably never heard of them. And then in 2014, Ambetter came into existence, and Ambetter is owned and backed by Celtic. So since 2014, it's been Ambetter now. And they've got over 2 million members with Ambetter, and they're offering the bronze, the silver, and the gold plans. They cover preventative care, prescription care, wellness programs, mental health, substance abuse programs, maternity care for newborns, and optional things such as vision, dental, and telehealth. This is becoming a little bit more popular. As I've said, I personally don't care for it, but a lot of you really like the telehealth out there. So those are some of the plans that Ambetter is offering, but they're only offering them through the HMO platform here in Illinois. So I want to read you a statement that Ambetter has on its website. It says, "Our approach is simple. We believe that high quality care is best delivered at a local level. That's why we partner with local providers, ensuring Ambetter's members have access to care they need. Through strategic care management programs and enhanced collaboration, we're working to improve health of the community one person at a time. Our products are offered by Centene Corporation, a multinational Fortune 2500 company with over 30 years experience in the managed care industry. All Ambetter plans are certified as qualified health plans on the health insurance marketplace or specific state exchanges." So I sold them, maybe 1 out of 20 times Ambetter would get sold. And it's strictly because of a provider access. It is HMO. Now, I've seen that their star rating is they get 3.5 stars out of 5. That's about like everybody else, to be quite honest with you. But what is glaring in looking at the reviews is the customer service. Quite frankly, it stinks. And when I've looked at some of the reviews, the reason it seems like it stinks, which is not uncommon to me anyway, is hold times are long, which is why when you have problems, you call me. The other reason why they don't like the customer service is, like I said earlier, it's an HMO, and you have to go through the HMO to get, referral care. And it seems like a lot of the people who wrote referrals don't like the fact that they have to do that. Well, don't blame a horse for being a horse. It is still a horse. You still have to, whether I sell you Ambetter, Cigna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, you still have to go through the HMO process to get additional care with specialists and whatnot. If you're not willing to do that, then an HMO policy is not the right product for you. So all in all, Mark, is Ambetter a good health insurance company? I'm going to tell you, if it's in your best interest, it is. And if it's in your best interest, it's usually based upon the network of doctors and hospitals. And if you can save money, well, why not? In fact, Celtic gets typically like 5 out of 5 stars with their pricing and with the product designs. So once again, if it's in your best interest, we're happy to sell it to you. And if you were to have a customer service issue and you are a client of the MLD agency, we're happy to go to bat for you with that customer service. That's why you have an agent. If you have a customer service problem, call me. That's what I'm here for. My clients don't seem to complain about what I saw online with Celtic, but then if they do have that customer service issue, I do encourage them to call me. So if you're a client of the MLD agency and you have a problem with Celtic, don't hesitate to give us a call. Once again, bottom of the screen here, where we want to sell what's in your best interest. And at the MLD agency, well, last week was probably one of, if not the busiest week of the year in providing customer service. The other thing is we wrote 7 insurance policies last week. And on a sad note, or a frustrating note, the email address for the MLD agency was hacked, and apparently there was somebody who was using incognito, I've been told, my email address for the MLD agency. So if you've received anything from me or that said home-based business, that wasn't from me. This came to my attention when I received 20,074 email notifications to me that this email had gone out, and it went out to bogus addresses. So if you emailed me last week and you didn't get a response, please pick up the phone and give me a call. Phone number here again is at the bottom of the screen. Give me a shout out. Be more than happy to take care of whatever was on your mind at that time and not trying to ignore you. Anyway, I hope you have a good week and see you next week.